Namaste and welcome. Today I will be reading a response to a note I once read on a spiritual book publisher's website. The note said, "While it is difficult to publish books by new and unknown authors, they would consider well-written memoirs that had been tested in the fires of personal truth and experience. Once I knew a beautiful young woman who died from leukemia at the age of 22. Before she died, she wrote a memoir that had been tested in the fires of personal truth and experience. Her memoir said, 'My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me.' When I experienced the great physical pain that prompted my own awakening, the doctors told me that I probably had huge tumors, and I took this seriously because this young woman I knew was also told that she had huge tumors, and when they found them, she did not survive. Why did my scans come back clear, and hers were filled with tumors? Why did her pain end in a young death, and mine in 10 years of ongoing pain? The insights from my own book, The Hidden Value of Not Knowing, have also been tested in the fires of personal truth and experience, and I found what my sister found when she was faced with her own death. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me." The insights in the book I have written are the only thing that has ever stayed with me. In the fires of pain and trial, these insights are the only thing that ever survives unconscious darkness. In my own trials, I have experienced such extreme pain that I watched everything vanish before me. Even consciousness itself can leave you. And I found that if consciousness should leave you, that you always remain here, whole and unharmed. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me. My experience confirmed the great spiritual insights of my awakened Sangha sister who died as the Buddha herself. When was the last time we met a young female Buddha? When was the last time we met a young female Eckhart Tolle who had an independent awakening about the very nature of human consciousness? When was the last time we met a young female Ramana Maharshi who questioned death itself and felt such a strong conviction of awakening that she left her home with no money and traveled to live in an ashram on the side of a mountain in her underwear? When was the last time we met a young female Gandhi who protested women's inequality from an inner conviction of God's love and courage and non-violence? When was the last time we met a young female Martin Luther King Jr. or a young female Nisargadatta Maharaj or a young female Jesus? When was the last time we called a young woman by the respectful title of Guruji? Are there young women with profound wisdom from direct experience who are widely regarded as spiritual authorities. Beyond the scope of spirituality, do we as humanity value women in positions of authority? Or are they told to shut up and sit down, like I was told in my previous career as a graphic designer? When was the last time in America that we saw a woman in a position of highest authority? When was the last time we had a female president? Where are the avatars and ascended masters in the female form? I find that they are here already. The divine feminine is awake, and she is calling her sisters into freedom. I am meeting many awakened women at home and abroad, and the young woman who died from leukemia at the age of 22 was the Buddha herself, with an extraordinary message for her sisters that said, "My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me." I can see that she said this because if we are in pain or dying, we certainly need human care and compassion. But why should we focus on the failing physical form to define who we are inside? We do not need pain or illness to prioritize our spirit over the form, but we may indeed find hidden spiritual value in such experiences of pain or illness. For example, an experience with pain or illness might bring up deeper questions for many women, such as, why tell me that I am beautiful because my eyes are blue or green, when soon my eyes may be failing? Did you see true beauty in my eyes because of the color, or because you saw the source of God within them? My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me, my dying Sangha sister said. Why is it, after I publicly gave an interview with this same empowering message, my body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me, do I receive so many emails focusing on the pain in my body, the appearance of my body, rather than the freedom of my soul? Why does a YouTube comment from a PhD professional who says that I am stuck hold any weight up against the insights from my own direct experience at the edges of consciousness? Why are the publishers who say they want memoirs tested in the fires of personal truth, instead looking for endorsements from great gurus, instead of respecting the authority of the words from my own direct experience? In my last video, I spoke about silent and invisible barriers that existed in my career as a graphic designer, and they still exist in my career as a spiritual teacher. It is not a glass ceiling I experience, but a glass box of silent conditioning and expectation that many women are waking up to in all aspects of their lives. My awakening did not change my gender or alter my appearance. Cutting off my hair did not free me from embodying this female form. Sometimes I would like to wear nun robes, but I find they do not sell them at Macy's. No hairstyle or amount of jewelry I can wear can possibly express my own connection to God inside. My hair and my jewelry and my clothing did not follow me to the bathroom floor. When the lights of consciousness are failing, my body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me. My book is about awakening within an experience of pain, but it also offers an experience of finding divinity within and beyond this female form. It offers tools for women's empowerment, like this message of profound wisdom from my dying Sangha sister, who wrote before she also lost her hair and her jewelry and her clothes, and then her whole life vanished before her. She wrote, "My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me." When we read such experiences of awakening within pain or illness or even death, do we offer each other prayers from a place of pity or from unity and empowerment? I would never tell my dying sister that she was stuck. True empowerment is to prioritize what resonates from direct experience. And what my sister said from her direct experience of finding God at the edge of life and death is that my body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me. Such a deep awakening from within the body of the female form might start to look a lot like the embodiment of women's empowerment and expressions of feminism. I am seeing many awakened women on Instagram these days with messages like "Women of the world unite," #vagina. So why, when I speak out publicly about a deep spiritual awakening within 10 years of bladder and vagina pain, are my own sisters kicking me at a microphone instead of holding my hand and supporting what I am saying? Do we want to live in a world where our own sisters dismiss each other and react to each other's highest truth out of spite and envy? The future is female, and this is not an embodiment of our highest truth. The women of the world are beginning to unite in love and truth and wisdom. #vagina. Where are my Sangha sisters? I met my Sangha sister on the street in Lisbon. She was homeless, she had AIDS, she had no money to buy food to eat. She came up to me asking for money to buy soup, and soon I saw why. When she tried to order from the soup counter, no one would take her order. They were not listening. They did not look her in the eyes. When I ordered her the soup, she did not prioritize the food. Instead, she looked into my eyes and began to cry. She kissed my cheek and said, "God bless you. You have seen that I am human too. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me," my Sangha sister said. I met my Sangha sister when she weighed only 90 pounds, covered in bruises from her boyfriend's abuse. When she was too afraid to speak out, I called for intervention on her behalf. Today, she is happily married, with her own business, and on Forbes' list of 30 under 30. Your body is just a body, but your spirit is beyond you, is the message that empowers my sisters. I met my Sangha sister before she died from leukemia at the age of 22. I said to her soulmate, the boyfriend she left behind, your girlfriend's presence was like a light in this world, and that light has gone out now, as if a light bulb has burnt out. But she is greater than her form, greater even than the light. She is always here as the source of light itself, the unending current of life. She can never leave you. She lives all around. She lives inside. Look inside and find the one that cannot leave you, and you will also find that she is always still here with you. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me, she said, and to me, her short life was not a waste of time, but a timeless message from God Himself, God herself. She has gone, but her message remains, and we are all carrying out our Sangha sisters' divine work. No matter our age or our gender, I feel this is the true value of the darker experiences of life. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me. Ramana Maharshi must have agreed, because when he was gripped by a fear of death and lay down on the floor as if he were dying, he also found that his body was just a body. When I was 12, I saw a photograph of Ramana Maharshi, and I knew his eyes were true. I did not read any of his teachings, and I did not remember his name until I found him again, almost a decade later in great pain. But I remembered when I was a young girl, I had seen God in his eyes. I read that that man left his home and lived his life with God on a mountain. And I remember crying for a very long time, because I did not yet know that my body was just a body, and I had never seen the body of a young woman leave her home and live in prayer on a mountain with God the way he did. So that year, instead of fulfilling my dreams of becoming an ascetic nun, I walked into my mother's bedroom at 2 a.m. one evening to find her crying hysterically after my parents' divorce. I felt so sad watching my mom crying in the darkest hour of her life that I told her what I wanted to know and feel deeply inside of myself. Mom, it's going to be okay. How do you know it's going to be okay? I know because in my own darkest hour of great pain, I found that my body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond me. I was not raised with any religion, and I did not have those words to comfort her then, but I have them now, and nothing can hold me from saying them. Nothing can hold me from living with God always on a mountainside in the ashram of my own heart. What I wrote in my book means that nothing can hold me from God, and nothing can hold you. Nothing holds my sisters from their own divinity. My dear mother, my dear sisters, everything is okay, because even in great pain, God is always here. He, she lives inside of you. If you are sad, or afraid, or in pain, I will be here to hold your hand and tell you everything is okay. But if somehow I can't be here for you, then take back your highest freedom and greatest empowerment. Look first within you for your own inner guidance. Stay as what cannot leave you, and remain at peace, at one, as the ocean of God's embrace from inside. Rest inside, as though a bumblebee has landed on your heart. If you are threatened with hostility or aggression, stay as calm and courageous as if the bumblebee has landed on your heart, and any move must calm his presence. If you remain calm, you will not be stung and will not be harmed. If you are afraid and don't know what to do, make the decision that won't upset this bumblebee, because it is your highest decision, and it also won't upset you. Choose to move from inner ease instead of reacting to outer dis-ease, and find that God always supports the path of your greatest empowerment and freedom. Speak out from love instead of remaining silent from fear. And whether you choose to stay silent or speak out, make each decision from the heart, because God lives at the heart. And your true heart is behind the consciousness and the form, where we find the same profound and timeless wisdom that I found in great pain, and that my Sangha sister also found before she died as the Buddha herself. My body is just a body, but my spirit is beyond. I love you now and always.